help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Good evening. It's Friday night, and that means it's time for Friday Night Football here on IndianaSRN. Tonight, from the west side of Indianapolis and Zionsville West Middle School, for our matchup between the hosts, Covenant Christian High School, and the visitors from Indianapolis, Scecina, alongside my partner, John Lester. I'm Zach Irvin. John, what do we have in store for tonight?
Well, I got a couple teams off to 0-2 starts, desperately needing a win here, and we'll see if it's important for both these teams to get out early because both of these teams have fallen into early holes and have been trying to catch up. Covenant Christian nearly completed last week, tough loss to Greenwood Christian, so both teams just need to get a little bit of a great start here to try and get themselves some momentum here after this 0-2 start.
Yeah, aside from the obvious, both teams looking for their first win, what's really at stake for both teams tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the next three games on the upcoming schedules. This is almost, I don't want to say must win, but it's going to be a tough three-game stretch. So, you start off 0-3 with these next three games, you could see the season go downhill. So, yeah, it's very, very important for both these teams to come out very quick in this game. Scecina still under their first-year head coach, Dan Harris. He's trying to get that team balanced a little bit. So this ought to be a good game here tonight, though, between these two teams.
Yeah, excited for some great action tonight on the gridiron. First, let's talk about the visitors from Scecina. Everything starts so far this year with the dual-threat quarterback, Luke McDonald. Talk to us a little bit about Luke and what he brings to this offense.
Yeah, you look at Luke McDonald's stats, not only, as you said, the dual threat, not only leading the passer here, but he's also the leading rusher on the team. It's a stat you don't see very often there. So, yeah, it's going to be very important, and I expect that dual threat quarterback to keep up tonight. He's going to mix that pass and run around, so it's going to be important for the Covenant Christian defense to be focused on him throughout the night tonight.
And Scecina 0-2, but they've played some tough competition. 2 state-ranked teams has been on the docket for them thus far, so they're going to be tested.
Yeah, you look at the 0-2 start, and you said Concordia and Heritage Christian, two very good teams. They still have Lutheran coming up, a very good Beech Grove team next week. So, yeah, you look at 0-2, but looking at their schedule, they have probably one of the toughest schedules in, if not the region, most of the state of Indiana, looking at this schedule for them.
And perhaps something they're looking to improve tonight. So far, been a weakness. The offense only gained 191 yards on the ground through the first 2 games.
Yeah, definitely going to have to work on that. Eric Montgomery, their leading rusher right now for Scecina, but yeah, struggled a little bit on the ground here. So it's important for them to get that going, and I expect to see them maybe go to the run a little bit more tonight against this Covenant defense, who has struggled a little bit against the run this year.
Yeah, and let's talk about Covenant. So also 0-2, looking for their first win of the season. They improved last week. A tough game against Heritage Christian to open the season, but then last week a little bit closer in their game against Greenwood Christian.
Yeah, a play here and there, and that game could have definitely ended up a Covenant Christian win here. So, yeah, Coach Cottle, 0-2, a little bit unfamiliar territory for them, but I think he's going to get this team going. And we saw him in week 1. Even though they lost that game to Heritage Christian, we saw the improvement they made just from the first to second half in that game, and I expect Coach Cottle to get this team ready here as the season goes on.
A little bit of a youth movement for Covenant. We know they've been working with a lot of younger underclassmen through these first 2 games. What do you look for in Game 3 as a young team develops through the season?
Not only, as you said, a young team, but they also made that move up to 2A this year, so that has contributed to as well. But there's Coach Cottle starting to get this team balanced a little bit, and here you're a third of the way into the season. As this season goes on, Coach Cottle's going to get them very, very focused, and by the end of the season, I think they're going to be right there in a very tough team in 2A.
And something they're looking to improve upon tonight, perhaps stopping the run. They've been giving up a lot of yards so far.
Yeah, they definitely, that's been Achilles heel of Covenant against the run defense against Heritage and Greenwood Christian last week. So yeah, very, very important for them to get down on that. Hasn't been bad on the pass defense, but yeah, the run defense is something Coach Cottle is really going to have to get this team improved on. I think he will.
Good stuff. Well, we're 5 minutes away from kickoff. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll break down the keys to the game and get you to the kickoff. You're watching Friday Night Football on IndianaSRN.
To you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
And we're back. It's Friday night. IndianaSRN, Zionsville West Middle School, the scene for host Covenant Christian taking on the Scecina Crusaders this evening. Again, this is Zach Irvin alongside John Lester. John, both teams looking for their first win. We've alluded to some of their strengths, what they're looking to improve. Keys for tonight's game for both sides.
Well, we first look at Scecina. I think they're going to focus a lot on the run, like we talked about Luke McDonald being that dual-threat quarterback. I think you're going to see Eric Montgomery get quite a few touches this year, and Luke McDonald. The passing game he does have 277 yards passing, but he has thrown 3 interceptions. And looking at this Covenant Christian defense, the way they've struggled against the run, I do think you're going to see a big, heavy dose of running game from Scecina tonight.
And Covenant, if they're going to find success this evening, they will do what?
Well, first of all, like we were talking, they're going to have to belt down on that run defense. They've given up a lot of rushing yards in these first 2 weeks. They're going to have to buckle down on that. And like you said, great improvement last week against Greenwood Christian. So, yeah, that's going to be the first thing. And we're going to see who they send out at quarterback tonight. But, yeah, get the offense going, balanced, but focus on that run defense.
Good stuff. We're only 2 minutes from kickoff. We'll take another break. When we come back, we will have that kickoff. Covenant Christian taking on Scecina here on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
And we're back. Zionsville West Middle School home team, Covenant Christian Warriors, taking on the Scecina Crusaders tonight. Teams are getting lined up for the anthem. As soon as they get that started, we'll head down to our PA announcer. Both teams, we've gone through keys to the game. Both teams looking for their first victory tonight. One thing we didn't talk about, John, pregame, the experience factor. Scecina coming in, playing a lot of experienced players on both sides of the ball. We'll touch on that here after we hit the anthem.
Yeah, Scecina definitely the experience factor over Covenant. Covenant still playing a lot of young players. We'll see if that comes into play tonight. Dan Harris, I think in his first year, as I mentioned, with Scecina, still trying to get his game in there and get Scecina a little focused there, but you're getting into the second third of the season here. I think he's going to get them ready.
Thanks, John. We'll hit that actually before the anthem, but as we go here, we'll get lined up. We'll head down to our PA announcer.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
And welcome back. We're almost set for kickoff. First, let's hear from tonight's sponsors of our game, Covenant Christian versus Indianapolis Scecina. First, Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Bertner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. Morales Group. We're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Northwestern Mutual, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. Indiana Laborers District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And IndianaSRN Sports Page. Follow the sports page every day with updated news from coast to coast. log on at IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab. Also, this is just a reminder that today's broadcast is a copyright production of Indiana SRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of Indiana SRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. All right, John, we're almost ready for kickoff. Coin toss underway. You win the coin toss, and you're thinking kickoff, receive? What's the mindset here?
Most times than not, you will see teams defer like Covenant has just done here to start the second half, because if you defer, of course, you could get the last possession of the first half and also get the first possession of the second half, so that's why you'll see most teams defer here this day and age.
A good start, critical tonight for both teams. What would you say needs to be done to get off to that good start if you're Scecina?
I'm anxious to see if Scecina, because we're going to see them get the ball here first, I'm anxious to see if they go right to that running game like I figured they would be here, and we'll see how Covenant responds here. Nice to see some sunshine. We had weather issues all over the state last week. It was starting a little concerning here earlier, but glad to see the weather's gone out of here, and we're going to get a full night in tonight.
Yeah, last week was one of those wild weeks, many games having to be completed on Saturday after being delayed by weather and lightning, including the game that you called last week.
Brownsburg and Cathedral, yeah, we definitely had a big weather issue there. We had to resume that Saturday. It was so unusual to see that many games across the state, the whole state get affected like it did. Very, very unusual situation last week.
Yeah, really a crazy weather week. We know the heat index last week, mid-90s, upper 90s across the state, really bringing in some of those pop-up thunderstorms and showers. But tonight, not the case. A beautiful evening, about 74 degrees. Sun shining through, one of those beautiful Indiana fall evenings.
Yeah, if you know Indiana like we do here, you know the weather, most unpredictable weather here this time of the year and in this part of the country.
It definitely can be unpredictable. So we'll take all the beautiful evenings we can get like this one, and we are all set, and we are underway from Zionsville West Middle School. That'll be a touchback. Scecina will take over.
Nice kickoff there, and that in the end zone for a touchback.
And we didn't touch on special teams a whole lot pregame, but always a added bonus if you can get your special teams rolling, and a nice way to start with that kickoff going into the end zone.
Well, let's see here if Covenant, how they respond defensively here. If they can get a quick 3 and out here, they can get pretty good field position on their first offensive possession.
4 receivers set to start for Scecina. Luke McDonald, the dual threat quarterback, will do a little bit of everything tonight. But first, he's going to hand it off. There's lots of room up the middle. All the way down the sideline, still churning. That's Eric Montgomery. Averaging 28 yards per game so far this season. He might have got his season average on the first carry.
Yeah, picking up almost 40 right there on the first run of the game there, Montgomery, and Scecina going right to that run. And again, Covenant struggled to stop it there on the first play.
Definitely something has to give this evening. We know Scecina struggled to get yards on the ground, but Covenant has struggled to stop the run. And there, on play number 2, they do get the stop.
Yeah, nice job that time, holding Montgomery to a 1-yard gain this time.
That's Bryce Egan, the sophomore linebacker, coming in to make that tackle. And we'll have 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. And there it is again. That's Montgomery up the middle. He's going to get another chunk of yardage. Nice gain on the play.
We got about a 3rd and yard and a half or so on 3rd down.
So far, 3 plays, 3 runs from the Crusaders. And a very effective QB sneak on third down will pick up the first down. That's Luke McDonald on the keeper.
Yeah, definitely a design quarterback sneak. They're only needing a yard, and already Scecina's nearing the red zone.
And I'm going to use your eyes here, John. I think it might be actually, nope, that is Luke McDonald. Okay. Thought for a second I had a Tristan Brown sighting, but it was Luke again on the keeper. Nice to keep that in your back pocket as a coach if you can run that QB sneak power middle and just get 5-6 yards.
Absolutely. You know, yeah, that's, I've always wanted to say that's a coach's dream when you can have one of those dual threat quarterbacks.
I knew I saw Tristan Brown somewhere. He's lined up in the slot here. So it is Luke McDonald back to take the snap. Second down and 5. He'll try to get outside, but he's stopped.
Yeah, well done that time by the Covenant defense right there, getting the stop on McDonald. And now you got another third down here coming up. $63 yards so far, all on the ground for Scecina on this opening drive.
That was Blake Stewart on the tackle for Covenant. Nice open field play. We'll force this third down. Just 3 minutes into this opening quarter.
I think we've got a little bit of movement there on the line. Actually, they're going to say Covenant was offside.
Offsides, and you could see, looked like that was Bryce Egan trying to read the snap count. Just got a little excited.
Yeah,
almost timed it right.
Yeah, mine was that. I thought I actually saw the lineman on the right side for Scecina move, but yeah, they're going to say Egan jumped into neutral zone there.
So that'll be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. We'll do our best to keep you up to date on the position on the field here. No numbers, no dashes, but we will keep you as up to date as we can, as that's Parker Marshall with the tackle. Covenant. After Luke McDonald again gets a few on the keeper.
Yeah, Luke McDonald again, that's his third rush for himself on this opening drive here for Scecina, and they're down the 10-yard line here on the first drive.
And he'll keep it again. He won't get to the end zone, but he's inside the 3-yard line. I think he has enough for the first down. We'll see where they spot it.
He might be about a yard short here. We'll see if he just keeps it himself.
They did give him the first down. He's going to keep it. He's going to get the push. No signal. And they're going to have to do it again. 2nd and goal, this time inside the 1-yard line.
And it wouldn't surprise me if you see McDonald just hang on to this again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Scecina. They're on the board. And that's Luke McDonald. His first touchdown of the evening.
Yep, just grinded it out on the ground. 80 yards on the touchdown drive there. And we're going to look at this run by McDonald. His strength and running it into the end zone and getting Scecina on the board early.
That's McDonald's 4th touchdown on the year.
Time-consuming drive as well, almost 5 minutes off the clock.
The extra point is up, and it is good. That was, I believe, Manny Matthias with the kick. And just like that, Scecina is up 7-0. We will be back for Covenant's first possession. You're watching Friday Night Football on IndianaSRN.
piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
And we're back. 7-0 early lead for Scecina. And they will kick off to the Covenant end. A low liner. That ball is live. Ooh, picked up but slipping down on that play was Jeremiah Dowdell. Covenant will have to go a long way on their first drive. Not the way you want to start, but nonetheless, they'll get an opportunity here to even things up.
Yeah, we'll see how Covenant does. Unfortunately, Dowdell bitten by the turf monster there. So, yeah, they are backed up at, I believe, their 12-yard line here to start this drive.
Also coming out early in the spread, 5 receiver set. And at quarterback tonight, it's Blake Stewart.
You see the Scecina defense right there for a big loss on first down. There's a little bit of a mishandle of the snap there, and I think it threw the timing off.
And Covenant's gone 2 options this year at quarterback as we see the replay here. Nice tackle. Good play in the backfield. Evan Ballenbacher, freshman on freshman. As this time Blake Stewart will keep it, get a few yards back. But Covenant has gone at times with Blake Stewart. They've gone at times with Zeb Cox, both 9th graders, both thrown into the fire. I know you and I had the game 2 weeks ago. We were able to see Zeb Cox. Tonight it looks like we'll get a look at Mr. Stewart.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Cottle's going to go with Stewart here tonight, and Covenant backed up here 3rd and long on their first drive.
And a handoff up the middle. That'll get a good chunk back, but not quite enough for the first down. Jeremiah Dowdell, the ball carrier. He gets it across the 10, but no further, and we will be in for our first punt of the evening.
Yeah, you were hoping for Covenant when your defense was out on the field for almost 5 minutes on the first drive. You were hoping to give them a little bit of a breather and get a nice long drive together, but unfortunately for Covenant, it's a 3 and out.
Oh, and that's shanked off the right side of the foot, but we've got a flag near the punter.
Yeah, I think Scecina just gave them 15 here on the roughing the punter.
We can hear in the background the student section, "You can't do that." And I think they're alluding to that. That's going to be roughing the kicker. 15 yards, automatic first down. Maybe not automatic, but in this case, enough to move the sticks.
Well, Coach Harris has got to be pulling his hair on that when you get the 3 and out stop and the unfortunate roughing the punter penalty, and it's going to end up Coach Harris going to have to keep his defense back out there now.
On special teams, it's always kind of that fine line, right? If the aggressive nature maybe forces the shank punt, but then you got to hit the brakes pretty quick before you take out the punter. At least that's how you draw it up. That pass is complete, but taken down immediately by a host of Crusaders. It is number 23.
Yeah, I tried the little screen pass right there, but Scecina right there defensively for a 2-yard loss on first down.
That was Gabriel Cox with the reception. So it'll be 2nd and 12 on the 24-yard line. And almost picked off, deflected this time. That's Dominic McKiernan, the senior linebacker for the Crusaders. Almost got himself a pick 6.
I was getting ready to say there was a lot of green. If he was going to be able to pick that off, I don't think there was anything between him and the end zone right there.
A game of inches. Blake Stewart almost got that pass over the fingertips too, and I think the flip side of that, let's check it out here. I thought I saw green going the other way as well. If he was able to get it over those arms, maybe not as much, but just that close both ways. Nice play from McKiernan.
Now another 3rd and long here for Covenant.
And Covenant spreading it out again. 5 receiver set, and we're going to have some movement.
It's going to be a false start here to push him back even farther.
So now we'll move back 5 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 17 now from the 19-yard line. Another swing pass, but it's covered well by the Crusaders. I think I see 7, 8 white jerseys.
And Scecina with an undisciplined penalty here at the end, I think just gave Covenant 15 more.
Boy. And again, Jeremiah Dowdell with the reception. Nice aggressive play, but again at the finish.
Yeah, that's when you got to be a little bit disciplined there. Dowdell clearly down right there. Got to know when to back off there. And Scecina has just gifted Covenant Christian 30 yards on penalties now in this drive.
So they'll move up 15 yards, and that is a first down. And this time they'll go with a running back in the backfield. And they'll hand it to him. That's Dowdell again, able this time to get some positive yardage. But we have another flag on the play, this time going against Covenant Christian.
Maybe some kind of illegal formation or false start.
So they will, for the 3rd consecutive first down, move back on the first play. And they'll try it again. 1st and 15 this time from the 33-yard line. And that's Dowdell in the backfield alongside quarterback Blake Stewart. And a double move on the outside. I saw a jersey tug, and he will get the flag. So that pass, incomplete, but again, the contact, that was Caleb Jankowski, the intended receiver.
They are going to get interference here.
Yeah, and I could hear one of the coaches in the background say the hitch and go. He really did. A beautiful move on the outside. Able to get that separation and then draw the penalty.
So that is now 45 yards in penalties on this drive against Scecina.
Covenant perhaps starting to settle in here. See if they can get some positive yardage on first down. And they'll get right back to the line. It's Dowdell.
Yeah, not much doing there for Dowdell. Scecina defense right there held him to no gain.
Almost seems like early Covenant wants to air the ball out a little bit, perhaps mixing in some runs to keep the defense honest, but ultimately looking to spread things out, get the ball out to the athletes perhaps. They'll line up again with Dowdell. And this time it's incomplete. And it was Stewart looking for Dowdell.
Yeah, overshot Dowdell a little bit on that one. And again, Covenant facing a 3rd and long here. Now, Scecina stopped them twice on 3rd downs here and was going to force a punt, but has given up 15-yard penalties both previous times.
Yeah, if you're Scecina looking for a solid defensive stand here, no penalties. They're right on the 49-yard line, 3rd and 10. Pressure. And he's going to get positive yardage, but not enough to move the sticks. That's Blake Stewart feeling the pressure, bailing out to the left. He'll get 3 and cross midfield. Now, the first decision of the night for Covenant. Looks like they're going to punt.
This is probably the correct decision here. About the 50-yard line. Bring the punter back out. Maybe you can get another roughing call.
And a better punt this time. Clean. That one is going all the way into the end zone. So a touchback. And Scecina will take over on the 20-yard line. When we come back.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team.
And we're back. Scecina now with the ball. They're moving one play into this drive. 2nd down and 4 from the 26-yard line. Pressure on the quarterback, and he's going to go down. That's a sack. This time it's Bryce Egan wrecking havoc in the backfield. Able to take down Luke McDonald.
Boy, great job there getting to McDonald for the sack here. As you look at it here, Covenant busting through that line and getting to McDonald.
Loss of 15, or loss of 11 for 3rd and 15 here, and that pass falls incomplete. So just like that, Covenant's able to hold Scecina to a 3-and-out, and they'll bring out the punt team.
Just the defensive stand Covenant needed right here, and they should get pretty good field position out of this.
Looks like Eric Montgomery back in the punter position here for Scecina. And that punt is off clean. Sky high, but a good bounce. Covenant will stay away from that one. And the ball will be down. It'll be Covenant ball, 1st and 10.
Yeah, you could see the Covenant coaching staff right there saying, stay away from that ball.
See a lot of that in high school football. The return team unaware of where a ball is in the air sometimes.
Pretty good field position here for Covenant. Their own 38-yard line here to start this drive.
Yeah, a big 3 and out, I think, for them on that defensive possession. Perhaps able to build some momentum as they're going to look deep. Contact, but no flag this time. That pass was intended for Jankowski.
Yeah, that was great coverage that time for Scecina downfield.
They've gone 2 times deep to Jankowski so far in this first quarter.
I'm impressed with this arm, but we did not see Stewart 2 weeks ago in the game. I'm impressed with this arm from the freshman.
Yeah, it seems like with Stewart in, there's definitely more of an emphasis on spreading things out and looking to get the ball in the air, as this one falls incomplete, again intended for Jankowski, who is leading the Warrior squad with 49 yards receiving per game.
And another 3rd and long here for Covenant. So we'll see how they play this.
Scecina will bring some pressure, and that ball is loose. I think it's live. No, they're going to blow it dead. Okay, they ruled the arm was moving forward. It was definitely close, so that'll be an incomplete pass. It'll bring up 4th down.
That's about as close as you can get. Luckily for Covenant, they ruled incomplete.
I do not envy the officials in that position. We have the luxury of replay and seeing things slowed down at so many levels of football, but obviously not at the high school level. A tough call on the field. Well done, well handled by the officials. And on this 4th down, a nice punt. That ball is fumbled, but it's picked up. And he'll be tackled just outside the 20-yard line. So Scecina will take things over and start their 3rd drive of the first quarter.
Hey, let's see if we see them go right back to the running game. It was very effective on that opening drive.
Just a reminder that tonight's game is brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors throughout Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give them a call today at 317-849-0810. Also, the Morales Group Staffing, they're in business to create a better future for you, for your family, and for the community we share. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Call us today. That's the Morales Group Staffing, 317-472-7600. 1st and 10, the ball is on the 23-yard line. Scecina with their 3rd drive of the evening. This could be the last play of our first quarter.
You see Covenant the last 2 drives here, the last drive and the beginning of this drive, starting to buckle down on that rush defense a little bit. Scecina not getting the breakaway runs that they did on that first drive.
Yeah, Montgomery found no space on that opening play. And we've reached the end of one. Scecina has the early lead. You're watching Friday Night Football on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Boilermakers Local 374, representing highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermakers Union Local 374 to do your job right the first time. We're back ready to start the second quarter. Zionsville West Middle School the scene, Covenant Christian the host. Playing Scecina, who has the ball, their third possession of the evening. It is 2nd down and 7 on the 24-yard line. And that's a handoff to Montgomery. He's got some space on the right side, stays up. Nice use of the hand for balance before he's brought down. This time by Sam Lyons for the Warriors.
Looks like they're going to mark him out right around the 29, I believe.
And it'll bring up 3rd down. Last time Scecina had the ball, Covenant was able to force a 3-and-out. We'll see if they can do it again. As they go 4 receivers, McDonald and Montgomery in the backfield. It's going to be McDonald with the keeper, and he's stopped short. Big hit this time. That's Jeremiah Dowdell.
Boy, that's a great tackle there by Dowdell, going both ways here. And his tackle here is going to force Scecina into a punting situation. Well, they're only about 4th and 1. Let's see what they do here.
First big decision of the night. 4th and 1 on their own 32-yard line. Scecina has the offense out there so far. We've seen the QB sneak about 4 or 5 times tonight. I think we might see it again. Wow, lots of movement on the line pre-snap. No flags thrown. Quarterback keeper gets a few yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, great job there. You could see a quarterback keeper coming all the way there, and a fresh set of downs for Scecina. Got this now 81 yards rushing already for Scecina in this game.
That swing pass out wide. Technically might go in the books as a rush. I think that pass was behind the line, but either way, McDonald got that ball out quick. That was Tristan Brown. Able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good job there for Covenant, holding it to no gain there and forcing a 2nd down here for Scecina. Scecina very patient on offense.
Content to milk as much time off the clock as possible. Put a little scoreboard pressure on their opponent. And this time it's a little flip shovel pass inside to Montgomery. Picks up about 4. And we have another 3rd down.
Yeah, big 3rd down here for the Covenant. See if they can get this 3rd down stop and get the football back here.
39-yard line. Scecina making its way towards midfield. Good protection leads to time and a strike. Across the middle. This time it's Winton White hauling it in.
Great communication there to White there, and a first down to keep the drive alive for Scecina, knowing where his receiver was going to be right there. Great communication there.
Yeah, McDonald seemed comfortable in the pocket there. Nice protection from his line. Able to fire a dart to White across the middle. 12 yards on the play. And they're at midfield. 1st and 10. And this time he's wrapped up right at the line. That was Montgomery. And Bryce Egan, again, we've called his name a few times tonight already. He gets to that backfield quick, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Nowhere to go. That one, great job by Egan to limit that to a 1-yard gain there on first down. Got a shootout in one of our SRN games here. Burbuff and Lafayette Harrison 21-20.
Whoa. Yeah, some fireworks early in that one. McDonald will roll left. He connects with his intended target. This time it's Tenori Woods, the sophomore.
Great balance here on the receiver side for Scecina. That's 4 completions to 4 different receivers so far.
I'll bring up 3rd and short. And that's room up the middle. Not a lot of room, actually, but he created room and then able to drag a few defenders. That's a senior, Clifford Brown. First time we've called his name this evening.
First time we've seen him, yeah, and got a big team up the middle there, picking up about 15 yards and a first down.
He's back in there. They'll give it to him again. Makes one man miss, and he'll drag a couple Warriors with him. Another chunk of yardage. As Scecina all of a sudden going a little bit of tempo.
Yeah, boy, we've seen Brown. What strength he shows there. 25 yards on 2 carries.
And this time McDonald will keep it himself. Get another chunk, about 7.
Again, right back to that rushing attack that has worked so well for Scecina in this game so far.
And McDonald will hand it off. There's more space up the middle. Oh, that ball's out. It's going the other way. Big stand for Covenant Christian. This time it's Parker Marshall, the big fella coming up with the football, and we'll go the other way.
Well, you saw Brown there with the carry and trying to get that extra yard and had the ball pop out as we look at it here. There you see Brown trying to fight for that extra yardage, but Covenant pops it free and gets a big, big turnover on the Scecina driving deep.
And I didn't catch the initial player who knocked the ball loose, but I know that it ended up in the hands of Marshall. And just like that, Covenant's got the ball back and some momentum.
Yeah, great stop just when it looked like Scecina was going to punch it in for the second time. And now Covenant the other way, still down just the 7.
That pass out wide complete. Wrapped up by a host of Crusaders, but not before getting some positive yardage. This time it's Sam Lyons. Tyson Hall on the catch.
Now we've seen Stewart start to go a little bit to the passing game here, starting to have a little bit of success against this Scecina pass defense.
And they'll continue to spread it out. This time
A little bit of movement here, I believe.
They'll go false start against Covenant. So that'll back them up 5 yards. They were on the 21, so they'll have this 2nd down and 8 from the 16-yard line. Then they'll try it again. This time it's a handoff. It's Dowdell. He's stopped after a short gain.
Yeah, see how Covenant plays this here. You're going to be looking at about 3rd and 6 here on this 3rd down.
And both teams content to milk some of this clock. We're already down to 5 minutes, 2nd quarter. That's Dowdell. He's got some room on the right side. He's going to get the 1st down. Big pickup for Covenant to keep possession.
It looks like Dowdell botched the handoff a little bit, but still found a little bit of green in front of him and was able to get the 1st down there.
Yes, a little delay in that handoff. Not the cleanest.
We look at it, yeah, there's a little bit of a bobble there, but great job to stay focused there for Dowdell and get Covenant the 1st down.
He knew where he was trying to go. He just had to get the ball to agree to go with him, and he did. Nice pickup. They'll move the chains. Well, that one looked like it got away from him a little bit. Stewart's pass incomplete. This time intended for Sam Lyons.
I don't know if that was a case where Stewart had to get rid of the ball a little quicker than he wanted to, or the wide receiver was a little slow on the route there. Nonetheless, it felt harmlessly incomplete.
That football is on the 28-yard line for this 2nd down and 10. And that's a bad snap. That ball's loose. I think Covenant was able to fall on it. Yeah.
Yeah, luckily for Stewart, he's able to fall on that, but now you've had for 5-yard loss. You're looking at about a 3rd and 15 now.
Carson Mongu on the scene, able to retain possession for Covenant. But again, another 3rd and long. 5th 3rd and long of the evening. Covenant. And they're going to look deep. That's picked off. We're going the other way. Scecina down the left side. 1 man to beat. He won't beat him. But he's down inside the 5. That was Blake Stewart making the tackle after the interception.
Well, that might be a throw Stewart would like to have back because there were 2 Scecina defenders down there. As we're going to look at it here. Stewart thought he saw a receiver, but there were 2 Scecina defenders right there. Risky throw there by Stewart.
Yeah, and that was Javier Tenizovic with the interception.
Great touchdown saving tackle by Stewart there, though.
Yeah, you love to see that effort. After the ball gets intercepted, you still see your quarterback trying to make a play, able to prevent them from getting into the end zone. But here we are. It's McDonald. He'll hand it off. This time, it's Montgomery. Just short. 2nd down and goal from the 1. I wonder what play we'll see here.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be a quarterback keeper.
I think you might be right, John, and you are, and they are in. That's McDonald's second touchdown of the evening, and Scecina has 6 more.
You could see that coming, yeah, that close. It's definitely going to be a quarterback keeper there, and a touchdown for Scecina of a very short field.
So hard to stop that play when you have a line in control like Scecina has been tonight. And a good, strong mobile quarterback as well. That helps. As that extra point is up and good. And Scecina has their second touchdown, their second extra point of the evening, and a 14-point lead. We will be back on Indiana SRN.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
And we're back. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. As a prestige healthcare company, Passion to Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Call us today at 317-537-1811. Also, make a difference. Help us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org and directing your donation to a specific school or hitting the donate button. More games, more opportunity for our kids. Indiana SRN, where you always have a front row seat. 2:57 to go in this first half. Scecina has just scored their second touchdown, and the ball has fallen off the tee.
See if Covenant here, important for them to go on a drive here to end the first half, because remember, they will get the football to start the second half as well.
Yeah, a score or any kind of positive play here would be huge for Covenant going into the half. You have to believe that's the mindset going in. Get something positive out of this final drive. Yeah, that's a good kick again. Straight into the end zone. We'll have a touchback. Covenant starting to settle in a little bit, getting some positive plays on offense, but it's still been tough sledding for most of the night.
You're starting to see the offense balance out a little bit. And let's see how Covenant. Be nice if they could go on a nice long drive here, run out this first half, and maybe get a score on the board here before halftime.
And that's Stewart in the backfield alongside Dowdell. Ready to receive the snap. And he'll fake it to Dowdell and roll to his left. Sees a little bit of space. He's tackled out of bounds. I do not see any flags. Just good hard football.
You're starting to see, it looks like Stewart's starting to get a lot more comfortable out there on offensively.
Starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. He's been able to complete some short passes. I think, too, freshman quarterback, last possession ended with an interception. You want to see how the young fella responds here. A nice little play there to get a good positive chunk. 3 yards on that first down. Ball's on the 23-yard line. This time Stewart will look right. And they'll blow this one dead. I, like the Scecina defense, thought that ball might have been live, so good heads-up football there from the Crusaders, at least diving on the football, and just in case.
You don't want to say there's good incomplete passes for Stewart either, but the defense was right there, and the receiver was going to take quite the hit there had that pass been completed. So it's maybe just as well for Covenant that fell harmlessly incomplete.
Third down. Stewart drops back. There's pressure. He's in a lot of trouble, and he's brought down. This time it's Orlando Ross, senior defensive end, able to bring him down for a big loss.
Yeah, nothing at all Stewart could do right there. The Scecina brought the house right there and was able to get to him, and Scecina's going to take a timeout here to preserve some time and try and put another score on the board.
Yeah, there was nowhere for Stewart to go. We are going to go to break. We'll be right back.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
We're back, Covenant pinned deep, 4th and 20. Scecina using their first timeout, and that punt is in the air. This one, again off the side of the foot maybe, but gets a decent roll. And Scecina will take over this time on the 40-yard line. So Covenant was looking to build some momentum, perhaps get a score going into the half. All of a sudden, big loss, short punt, and here's Scecina perhaps threatening again before we move into halftime.
That big sack right there, you get the feel, it just kind of has the feel that it may have changed the complexion of this game here if Scecina puts another score on the board here before the half.
McDonald and Montgomery carrying the ball here, you think?
I think you're going to see a big dose of running here in this last 2:24.
Ideally, you would expect Scecina to try to milk the rest of this first half clock, as this time it's Montgomery. Gets hit at the line, but drags a couple defenders for a few more yards.
This is also a Covenant defense that's been out on the field quite a while in this first half.
You feel like this possession is so critical for both teams, as that's a nice play there on the defensive side. That's Parker Marshall getting in the backfield and taking down Luke McDonald. No gain on the play.
Possibly the most important third down of this game, although you do get a feeling it's 4-down territory for Scecina.
And that ball's intercepted. At what first looked like an open receiver across the middle, a great break on the ball, and an interception.
Outside of that last drive where Scecina had just the 3 yards to go for the touchdown, that's the second turnover in the last 3 drives for Scecina. As you see right here, getting deflection. Wow.
What a break on the ball. That's a freshman, Liam Yard. Close that gap quickly. Not only deflects the ball, hits the defender right on time, but able to gather it and come down with it. Huge interception.
Covenant with all 3 timeouts here. and decent field position here.
That's Dowdell. He'll get the little flip pass and get a couple yards. And right on cue, we'll have one of those timeouts called by the Warriors. And we'll take a break.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all their reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Back. Tonight's game brought to you by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation needs. As we have an incomplete pass. Piper Logistics stands as your comprehensive logistics partner. Ride with us. Call us today at 317-396-1023. Covenant taking a shot there on second down. Not to be.
Yeah, I like them going for the pass play there, just a little bit out of the reach there, although it was almost a near pick again.
And that was the favorite deep target thus far, Caleb Jankowski. And it's 3rd down and 8. They're on their own 30-yard line, are the Warriors. And they're content to hand the ball off.
Yeah, Dowdell just nowhere to go there. Scecina defense right there, and now I believe Scecina is going to use one of their timeouts.
And Scecina will use one of their remaining timeouts. We'll take another break. We'll be right back on IndianaSRN.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
We're back. Tonight's contest brought to you by Dynamark. Since 1972, the Fulner family has established and built upon the Dynamark printing business in Indianapolis. Whether it's about signboard design, mailing design, graphic design, or commercial printing, apparel printing, custom labels, and promotional items, all your advertising requirements will be met by us. That's Dynamark. Call us today at 317-328-2555. 1 minute remaining, second half. Fair catch made by Scecina. They're up 2 touchdowns, looking to add more, but also probably okay taking this lead into halftime.
I think the kick returner was kicking himself there, making that fair catch signal, because it looked like he had a lot of green in front of him.
Is that one of those things they've talked about in the huddle before he goes out there, just make the fair catch, or is he reading the special teams unit coming at him on that?
I think he actually saw the special teams coming and thought they were a little bit closer than they were, and I think he just misread the defense there.
McDonald delivers a strike, and they'll get a big chunk. All the way down to the 41-yard line. That's Tenari Woods, the sophomore receiver, able to haul it in.
Quick 21 yards there on first down for Scecina. Now we got a stoppage here.
Officials discussing the stoppage. Perhaps just needed a new football, it looks like. Our head official didn't like that ball. He said, get it out of here. So we'll try a new one. And we are on the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, that clock is running. As we move towards halftime, that's McDonald rolling left. And that pass intended again for Tenari Woods. Just bounces off incomplete.
Yeah, it's a catch Woods has to make there. It was going to be a considerable gain. I know he heard the defense coming. That's a catch you got to come down with.
Pressure on the quarterback. He's hit. And Woods again, the intended receiver, this time falls incomplete. Good pressure there from Covenant coming up the middle.
Outstanding pressure there, and I think forced the throw a little bit quicker than he was wanting to there. And now here's 3rd down again. See if Covenant can get a 3rd down stop again.
Was impressed by McDonald on that play, able to stand in there, knew the hit was coming. Still delivered the pass, as tough quarterbacks do. That ball is deflected in the air. It falls incomplete. Intended for Tristan Brown. And all of a sudden we're at 4th down with 22 seconds left.
Probably in that area of the field, even though it's 4th and 10, you're going to see Scecina go for this, I would think. 41-yard line. Punt really doesn't gain you much. If you punt it into the end zone, why not give it a shot here, 4th and 10?
And we had a brief stoppage there as Covenant player needed to tie the shoe. See that a lot in basketball. I can't say I've seen that a ton in football.
Not something you normally see, that's for sure.
So you are correct. They will go for it here on 4th and 10. McDonald's going to go deep. He's got him wide open. It's Woods. He cuts back. He's got the reception. He's got 6. And Scecina tacks on before the half.
Boy, Woods was absolutely wide open down the field at the 10-yard line. I think it might have been some miscommunication by the defense there on Covenant.
And tonight, he's quickly becoming the go-to receiver. Let's see what happens. Yeah, just a missed coverage, it looks like.
And Woods able to take advantage of that and get loose, and the touchdown right before the half for Scecina.
Perhaps a bit early in the game to proclaim a dagger proclamation, but that was a first half dagger of sorts that the Crusaders just delivered to Covenant Christian.
Yeah, Covenant's going to be kicking themselves on these last 2 touchdowns, giving up that long 41-yard pass there, and then only having giving Scecina a 3-yard field on the previous touchdown drive. And you're in a 20-point hole, unfortunately, if you're Covenant now.
So Scecina had some offensive struggles to start the year, but breaking out of the slump here tonight. Covenant, not so much, still looking for that spark on the offensive side. They'll have 12 seconds to maybe find some magic here before we hit the locker rooms for halftime.
Covenant at this point, unless they get a long run back, probably just going to be content to just run this first half out and regroup in the locker room. Wind pretty strong down there. Second kick in a row that they had to hold here.
I was about to ask if we were sensing wind or perhaps a lopsided tee. We're going to go wind on it here. But yes, that football is having a hard time staying upright. Well, he'll get some help from his teammate. Sent the last one into the end zone. This one a bit short. That ball's live. There's some room up the right side. We've got a flag on the play as well, as half of our remaining 12 seconds ticked off the clock. That was Gabriel Cox on the return, but we have a block in the back against Covenant. That'll back them up for what will be probably one play remaining.
Yeah, definitely just going to see a kneel down here, especially after that penalty. No sense risking anything from where they're at on the field.
And as high school games can do, moved at a fairly brisk pace throughout most of this first half, but we've slowed to a crawl here in the second quarter. But one snap remains. It's going to be a handoff. That's Dowdell. He'll find some room, get a few yards to add to the total. But that'll bring us to triple zeros in this first half. And after one half, Scecina has a 20-point lead over the host Covenant Christian. You're watching Friday Night Football on IndianaSRN.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
We're back. Zionsville West Middle School, the scene, Covenant Christian, the host, playing Scecina. It's been all Scecina in the first half. Some ebbs and flows to that half. Scecina capped, started opening drive, touchdown, got a touchdown right before the break. And just like that, Covenant is down 20-0. What are your takeaways from the first half, John?
Scecina doing pretty much what we were talking about at the beginning, getting it done on the run game. I got unofficially 132 yards rushing in the first half for Scecina, just finding the way to get it done, the run game. And starting to mix in the passing game as well, 82 yards passing in that first half. So Scecina balancing out here a little bit in this first half against Covenant Christian. I figured you'd see about 80-20 run, but they're doing a good job mixing the passing game in here as well.
Yeah, so finally starting to get some things going. If you're Scecina, if you're Covenant Christian, what do you do to counter that balance that Scecina is bringing to the table?
You're definitely going to have to pick. Offensive has struggled in the first half, to say the least, but I like what I've seen out of Stewart. I like what I'm seeing out of him, just unable to complete the plays here and throwing a couple of bad interceptions there, but I do like what I'm seeing out of him, and I think as this game goes on, he's going to get even more comfortable like we saw him get there in the second quarter and has a chance to bring Covenant back in this game.
Offense for Covenant sputtering a little bit. What do they need to do to get it going?
You can credit the Scecina defense for that. Scecina defense, it just seems like they're one step ahead of Covenant every play so far in that first half. So Coach Cottle's going to get his team adjusted in there in the locker room, and you're going to see them come out with the ball here in the second half and see if Covenant can get a good drive together. I think if they can get a good drive together, it's going to switch the momentum back in their favor like it looked like they were doing there in the first half before giving up that interception.
Yeah, Scecina really played a strong first half, but no doubt Covenant Christian will come out ready to go in the second half, and we'll be in for a good one. We're about 11 minutes away from the start of second half action. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about keys to the second half and break down some scores from around the state. You're watching Friday Night Football on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Bertner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. The guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday night, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back. Scecina taking on Covenant Christian here at Zionsville West Middle School. We are going to talk keys to the second half, but first we want to run down some of the scores going on around the state. John, I know you had some updates from our IndianaSRN broadcast tonight.
We got a couple scores from our SRN games here, just getting underway down in our Evansville game tonight. And at the half between Greenfield and Mount Vernon, a great matchup there. Mount Vernon's leading 22-15. And last score update we had was that 21-20 Burbuff and Lafayette Harrison. Have not gotten an updated score from that one. And there is a shot. It's not one of our SRN games, but a bit of a shocker going on. Decatur Central leading Whiteland at the half 21-7. Whiteland ranked number 1 in our SRN poll in 5A. So Decatur Central taking it to them there in that first half.
Yeah, Decatur Central must be bringing it this evening. Again, a pretty surprising score there from Whiteland. Some other scores from around the Indianapolis area. Avon taking on Hamilton Southeastern this evening. Big 6A matchup. They're all square at 7 at the half. Also happening around the Indianapolis area, Ron Colley taking on Bishop Chittard, a rivalry game there. 3-0 at the half.
Boy, Ron Colley defense looks like it's really shut down Chittard in that first half. That's a bit of a stunner as well.
A bit of a stunner indeed. A battle in the MIC going on. Ben Davis leads Pike 14-6 in the second quarter.
Ben Davis been struggling a little bit here so far. They're off to an 0-2 start this year.
Yeah, and Pike off to that 2-0 start. Also looking to go 3-0. That'd be a huge win if they could get one over Ben Davis. Brownsburg 33-0 over Franklin Central at the half. They just seem to be a machine that keeps on moving.
I actually saw Brownsburg in our SRN game last week against Cathedral. That team is the real deal in 6A this year.
Carmel taking on Centerville out of Ohio. They're up 20-10 in the second quarter. Center Grove playing at Louisville Trinity, and they're in a lightning delay. They can't escape the lightning there in the Greenwood part of town. So they're down in Kentucky playing tonight again. That game has not kicked off yet. We have Cathedral taking on Cincinnati St. X. They're down 7-0 in the second quarter. And Cathedral also great win first week, then took a loss last week. Good start. Good team there, obviously.
Yeah, that is a very, very good St. Xavier team out of Cincinnati that Cathedral's up against tonight.
Danville taking on Lebanon. They're up 14-7 in the second quarter. You already mentioned Decatur Central leading 21-7 over Whiteland. Delta is playing Shelbyville and leads 20-0 in the second quarter. Also, we've covered Heritage Christian this year. They are playing Guerin Catholic tonight. At the half, Guerin Catholic 32, Heritage Christian 20.
That is a little bit of a surprising score, but that is an outstanding Guerin Catholic team there.
Yeah, some fireworks in that game. We've also got Indian Creek leading 42-0 over Owen Valley. Martinsville leads 22-19 over Greenwood at the half. McCutcheon leads Hamilton Heights 24-0. You mentioned on IndianaSRN, Mount Vernon 22-15 over Greenfield Central there at the half. New Palestine playing Yorktown tonight 35-0 at the half. Not shocking to see New Pal getting things going as they move into conference play.
Yeah, New Pal for number 1 in the 4A poll and the SRN poll this week.
Noblesville taking on Fishers. They lead 7-0 in the second quarter. Perry Meridian up 12-0 over Franklin at the half. Also, Plainfield taking on Mooresville 35-0 at half. A little bit of a surprise to see that score as well.
That's a very shocking score. That's going to go to a running clock in the second half.
We also have Triton Central leading Lutheran 10-7 at the half. Warren Central over North Central 15-0 at halftime. And finally, Western Boone with a 14-0 lead over Crawfordsville in the second quarter.
And, of course, the Indiana Hoosiers in action tonight on the college gridiron against Western Illinois. And I'm sorry, college football does not need to be playing on a Friday night, Zach. I'm sorry. That takes away the exposure for these high school athletes that they deserve on Friday nights. I know nothing's going to change, but I do not like college football playing on Friday nights.
I'm right there with you. And then I think even the NFL got in on the mix, as there's a game tonight as well happening in Brazil, I believe.
Sao Paulo, Brazil, yes. Packers and Eagles.
Because why not? Nothing screams opening week football like Packers, Eagles, and Sao Paulo. So everybody getting it going tonight. We will come back. We'll go over some keys to the second half, and then we'll have our kickoff. You're watching Friday Night Football on IndianaSRN.
To you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
All right, we're back. IndianaSRN. It's Scecina, the host, Covenant Christian, 20-0 at half. John, you mentioned keys before the game. Those keys, how are they shaping up as we move into the end of halftime? What did you see in the first half, and what do you expect to see moving forward?
One of the keys we were talking about thoroughly there before the game was the rush defense for Covenant Christian and the rushing for Scecina, and they put up unofficially 132 rushing yards in the first half. But you saw Covenant Christian get better as the game went on against that run defense. Scecina got a lot of those yards on that opening drive, so Covenant Christian did buckle down on the run defense as the first half went on. And so they're going to have to continue that at all, because with a 20-0 score, you're going to see Scecina pretty much going with a ground attack, I would think, most of the second half.
Yeah, they're going to have to get that ground attack going and keep it rolling. Let's take this time to talk about our sponsors. First, Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Bertner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Northwestern Mutual, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. Indiana Laborers District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council, and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And IndianaSRN Sports Page. Follow the sports page every day with updated news from coast to coast. log on at IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab.
Before we move any further, we've got an update on that Burbuff-Lafayette-Harrison score. Burbuff has hung 49 in the first half on Harrison and leads 49-20 at the half.
Now, hanging 49 points on anybody is quite the half of football. So Burbuff obviously got things going, a well-oiled machine. Man, 49 points. And I don't think Harrison is anything to sneeze at.
They're pretty good team up there in Lafayette, yeah. It's a bit of a surprising that Burbuff's been able to put 49 on the board against them.
Wow, an explosion. It was 21-20 just not long ago when you were giving us our first update on that game. Just a reminder, you can catch all the action on IHSAA Division III football this season. Beginning September 21st, if you tune in to IndianaSRN and IHSAA TV for 3 big games, you'll see Hope versus Rose-Hulman, Adrian versus Franklin, and Kalamazoo versus Manchester. Don't miss the excitement and intensity of Division III football. Be there, be ready. Again, September 21st, you can catch that action on IndianaSRN. And also, one final reminder that today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. We are about 50 seconds away from kickoff. John, final thoughts before we move into the second half?
Covenant's going to get the ball here at first in the second half, and you get the feeling that this is an absolute must-score drive to open this second half. The game's at 20-0 right now. You just get the feeling that Covenant's going to have to put some kind of points up on this first drive in the second half to avoid letting this game get away from them.
So you're saying there's hope?
There is hope. I mean, you look at the 20-0. One of those was a 3-yard drive that Scecina put up for a touchdown, or else you're looking at a 2-score game here, which you're looking at a 2-score game anyway. But we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, absolutely critical, like you mentioned, getting off to a good start for Covenant Christian. There's been some rays of light, some hope shining through. They've been able to spread out the offense tonight. I think when we saw them a couple weeks ago, it was more ground attack, more looking to get the quarterback out in space and running. Obviously, that was a different quarterback in Zeb Cox. Tonight it's Blake Stewart. With Blake, seems like they're trying to get the ball out and spread the ball to the receivers a little more.
You're seeing a lot more balance with Stewart as well as this game goes on, as he's mixing a lot of the run there in himself. He's rushed 4 times himself for Stewart, so he's trying to become a little bit of that dual-threat quarterback as well, keeps Scecina honest on the defensive side.
Yeah, well, like you said, first possession will be critical. Scecina obviously hoping to keep the 3-and-out momentum and that strong defense rolling. Either way, we're going to see it play out as we're ready for the third quarter to begin. And this kick will bounce around the 15-yard line. And that's fielded by Dowdell.
We were seeing Dowdell everywhere tonight. Running back, defensively, now we got him on the special teams. We're seeing Dowdell out there.
And we have called his name quite a bit this evening. Also perhaps a key for Covenant. They're going to come back in this game. Likely will be behind the strong play of Dowdell. And it's 1st and 10. They've placed that ball on the 26-yard line. And we'll get things started. It's a play fake to Dowdell, and this time he's able to find a receiver on the outside, and that's a positive game to get things started. Sam Lyons with the catch.
Haven't called Lyons' name much tonight. We saw him quite a bit in that Heritage Christian game 2 weeks ago that we had. First reception for him tonight.
Nice gain, 5 yards. Picked up on the pass play. And Stewart will find him again. That him is Sam Lyons. This time enough Referees are signaling move the chains, and that's a first down for Covenant, so a nice start out of the gate.
Seen Stewart come out with 2 passing plays in this first half to Lyons. Looks like he's getting a lot more comfortable in that passing game as this game goes on.
Another factor, maybe not so much early third quarter, but the clock. Seems like Covenant is content as of right now to take their time, not worry so much, but you know that clock will become a factor as well. This time Stewart will keep it. That gap closes quickly.
Looks like a design play. Looks like they're trying to get Scecina off guard there defensively a little bit, but Scecina did not bite.
That time it was Isaiah Miles getting into the backfield, spoiling the party for Stewart. And that ball just a bit low. Jankowski unable to reel it in.
Yeah, Stewart found Jankowski there with a nice look. Unfortunately, underthrew him a little bit, and it'll bring up a 3rd and long now for Covenant.
That's Stewart back with Dowdell. Quick out. That ball, I think, was tipped just ever so slightly by Dominic McKiernan. A nice play. Just enough to throw off the receiver, but again, there was a defender as well in case that pass was caught.
And if that had been intercepted too, which it could have been, that was pretty probably going to be a pick 6 because there was nobody in front of that defender there. This Coach Cottle, I know you're on your own side of the field, but I was going to say, does Coach Cottle roll the dice here? But it looks like he's brought the punting team out.
Perhaps he's going to give his defense one more go. See if they can't get a quick 3 and out, perhaps. And that's a nice punt. That'll roll down to about the 20-yard line. Always nice when the punter can flip the field.
Seen a couple, 2-3 good punts out of him tonight.
Really nice job. He'll spot that ball on the 21-yard line. Scecina can really start to put this thing away if they can put together a drive and score here.
I think they're going to be very comfortable keeping this ball on the ground.
All right, on cue, McDonald content to take it right up the middle, follow the blockers. Gains 3.
Got him unofficially. Now is that the 13th rushing attempt by the quarterback, McDonald, tonight.
Luke McDonald getting that work in. Also plays safety for the Crusaders.
The timing was perfect there for the Covenant defense. Read the snap count just exactly right and forced a loss on that 2nd down. Forces Dean into a 3rd and long. But look at it here. Timed absolutely perfect right there.
Blake Boston able to penetrate that offensive line. This time they couldn't get it on back-to-back plays. So the 5 yards lost will just be regained on the penalty.
Yeah, unfortunately, like you said, couldn't time it right 2 times in a row and gave Scecina 5 on that one. We saw those 3 undisciplined penalties on Scecina in the first half, but for the most part, it's been a pretty clean game penalty-wise. That's only the 8th penalty combined in this game.
So now ball on the 25-yard line, 3rd and 6. Mentioned Luke McDonald playing both quarterback and safety. He has an interception on defense this season as well. As that pass thrown just a bit behind the intended receiver, Tristan Brown. And a nice stand for Covenant Christian. I don't think much of a decision here. If you're Scecina, you're going to punt this ball away.
Great. Much needed defensive stand for Covenant that time. Yes, Scecina will be punting this ball away.
That's Eric Montgomery back to punt. Clean snap, not the most clean contact, but he'll get a good rollout, Will Montgomery. And Scecina will down the ball. And Covenant Christian will take over on about the 43-yard line. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Our mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Do your part, practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we can't play. Also, the IndianaSRN sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day, high school, college, pro sports. We have it all. Check it out on IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. Stay informed with IndianaSRN sports page. And Stewart, he has some room on the left side. He'll slide down. This time it was Dom McKiernan. Is that just freshman QB seeing that big senior linebacker coming at him? Slides down. I don't blame him.
When you got the senior lineman coming at you, you're probably thinking, I'm going to go down right here. I think he probably could have gotten a couple extra yards there, but no sense risking an injury right there.
Positive play. They'll call it 2nd and 6 from the 47-yard line.
You're doing that promo for the SRN sports page. Our Troy Darengowski, who puts that on, big Michigan fan. They got a big game tomorrow against Texas.
Huge. One of those new Big Ten games that we're all so excited to see this season. That'll be an awesome affair there in Ann Arbor. That pass falls incomplete, intended for Sam Lyons.
Tried a little trickery there with the flea flicker, but unfortunately Lyons couldn't get himself open there, and it just fell harmlessly incomplete.
Definitely starting to see some progress from the Covenant offense. A lot of negative yardage plays to start the game. Now we're starting to see some positive yardage. Just looking for that first big play down the field. Almost connected there with Lyons, but not quite. And Scecina shows a little bit of pressure. That's Stewart. He's gobbled up inside. There was nowhere to go. That was big. Noah Stukczynski, senior nose tackle, bringing down Stewart. And that's a loss of 4, and we're back at the original line of scrimmage. 4th down and 10, and again, decision time. They're content to punt this one away. Still plenty of time, especially if the defense is going to hold, but it's getting down to the time where you got to make some decisions. Punt gets away clean, and another nice bounce. That ball is staying in bounds all the way down to about the 8-9 yard line. Wow, what a punt.
Outstanding punt and a great chance for the Covenant defense with Scecina really, really backed up here.
So Scecina will take over inside their own 10. Tonight's game brought to you by Indiana Laborers District Council. The Indiana Laborers District Council is dedicated to uniting over 12,500 workers and 11 locals to strengthen our collective power, negotiate for improved wages and benefits, and contribute to the development of a prosperous future for communities across Indiana. Indiana Laborers District Council. This time they go with the handoff inside. That's Clifford Brown. Called his name a few times in the first half. Seems like he likes to run after contact. No different on that play.
I like the strength we've seen with Brown. Once you put a hand on him, he's still able to drag you for another 3-4 yards.
And he did that on that play. Turned what looked like not much into a gain of 5. As we hit the 5-minute mark here in this third quarter. Scecina in control, but Covenant hanging around as they go right back to Brown. This time he dances forward for maybe one.
Covenant desperately needing a third down stop here. For Scecina to punt from very, very deep in their own territory.
It's a QB keeper. He's got lots of room to the right side. A nice tackle there, perhaps saving a huge gain. That was Tyson Hall able to slow down Luke McDonald. Otherwise, we might have seen him go the distance.
Yeah, McDonald got a great team right there. Saw he had a lot of open field and gave Scecina a first down. It's 41 rushing yards now for McDonald in this game.
Big first down for the Crusaders. Moves the chains, keeps that clock moving. And this time it's the Turf Monster again. It's the second time that Turf Monster's popped up tonight.
Turf Monster got him, but the Covenant defense right there, I'm not sure that would have been that big of a gain anyway.
Yeah, this time it was the flip pass to Tenari Woods. And we're on the 19-yard line. 2nd and 12. This time it's a fake and a keeper. McDonald again. Getting back some of those lost yards and more.
I think the biggest third down of the game right here to see if Covenant's able to stay in this game. They must get a stop here on third down.
And you feel like Covenant is maybe starting to get just a little bit their hooks into this game, but like you said, contingent upon a stop here. This time they're going to get Scecina with the false start. That'll back them up 5 yards. That's big.
It forces Scecina back now to a 3rd and 12 here. Covenant needing one more stop here to be able to get the ball back. Very good field position, you would think.
Perhaps turns what may have been a run or a pass into an obvious passing down here.
Logically, you would think so, but it still wouldn't surprise me if Scecina keeps this on the ground with the success they've had. But it does look like it's going to be a pass play.
McDonald will roll to his right, and he's just going to throw that one away. So another stand by the Warriors. They're going to give their offense another chance to get back in this game.
Great job for the Covenant defense there, but great job there for McDonald as well, knowing there was nothing downfield, didn't want to force a throw over the middle and just threw it out of bounds. Covenant should be able to get this ball around the midfield area.
And Covenant's been able to get some pressure on the punter this evening. Not this time, although that punt is still a bit short, and this time the bounce goes sideways out of bounds. So good field position for Covenant, as again they look to get some kind of spark going here towards the end of the third quarter.
I believe this is going to be the first time in this game that Covenant's going to start a drive on Scecina's side of the field.
And they will. They're on the 41-yard line. As they roll back out with Stewart and Dowdell in the backfield. That's the fake to Dowdell. He rolls that pass out and just too far in front. That time intended for Sam Lyons, falls incomplete.
I think with the pressure coming from Scecina, Stewart threw that a little bit sooner than he wanted to there, and it threw off the timing a little bit.
I've been really impressed with Scecina's coverage tonight, too, because that was another pass where you think to yourself, even if Lyons is able to pull that in, he's got a defender right there on his tails. Not a lot of green space to work with. Credit to the Scecina defense. That pass is complete. It's a nice play. Stewart able to get it out to his target. That's Liam Yard.
See the play here, Stewart finding his receiver a little behind his receiver, or else that maybe could have been a bigger gain than it was, but still good 3-4 yards there. Set up a manageable third down.
A nice route run by Yard to get a little bit of separation. Third down. About 7 here, it looks like. 38-yard line. That pass is complete. And that's Sam Lyons. It's going to be short of the first down. No doubt they're going to go for it here.
Absolutely, definite 4-down territory here, considering on the field and where the score is. See Stewart looking and finding his receiver Lyons here. But good job for Scecina to hold him behind the first down marker.
And we've got another shoelace undone. That's 2 on the evening by my unofficial count. Stewart will drop back. That's caught. That's Yard. And he's got yards. That'll move the chains. We've got 2 seconds left in the third quarter. Once they move the sticks, that's probably it. And a nice play.
Boy, Yard with a great job. It looks like the defender was right there, but Yard just leaped a little higher the receiver to get that first down grab here, and it's going to expire the third quarter, I believe. Or is it?
Okay, interesting. We'll come right back. We've got a timeout with 2 seconds left in the third quarter.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
is very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners, because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
All right, we're back. 2 seconds left in this third quarter.
See the flag blowing there. The wind has really picked up as the evening's gone on.
Did have a timeout called before what we thought was going to be the end of the quarter, but Covenant will get one more play. Stewart, he's going to take off, and that'll be it. He's wrapped up by a host of Crusaders. And that will bring us officially to the end of the third quarter. No change in the score. Scecina still leaves by 20, but Covenant is on the move. We'll be right back on IndianaSRN.
Piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
We're back. Tonight's game brought to us by Make a Difference. Help us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org and directing your donation to a specific school, or hit the donate button. More games, more opportunity for our kids. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat. Also, Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him today for coverage tomorrow, 317-894-7000. We're back. Things getting a little bit interesting here. Covenant on the move on the 30-yard line. And starting to get some momentum on offense.
Stewart there picking up 4 yards when it looked like he was going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage at best. Good job making something out of nothing there.
And it feels like for about the last 4 possessions, every third down has been the biggest play of the game, but I think no different here. Huge third down for Covenant, although I guess it's 4-down territory.
Basically 2 plays to get 6 yards, yeah, considering where they are in the score, it's definitely 4-down territory right here.
And they'll get about half of it. Not Dowdell this time. But instead, number 12, Carson Mongu. Which I would say without a doubt brings up our biggest 4th down of the evening thus far.
Definitely, and we're going to see Stewart has gotten some things done on the passing side here in the second half. Let's see if he puts this in the air.
And they're going to hand it off. It's Mongu. He meets a wall of resistance, and there's nothing there. That'll be a turnover on downs. Scecina with the stop. They will regain possession.
Thought they might see them put the ball in the air there, but they tried the run, but the Scecina defense was right there to get the fourth down stop. And now Scecina, you get the feeling, is going to be very, very content to just keep this ball on the ground and keep that clock running.
This is where they can start to impose their will on the ground. We've seen it throughout the evening.
Burbuff has scored again against Harrison, 56-20. That's going to take that to a running clock situation against a very good Harrison team. Burbuff just putting it on them tonight.
And McDonald makes one man miss. Can't make two miss. Dragged out of bounds by Parker Marshall. Not before gaining a couple. Also, that Decatur Central Whiteland game tightening up, 28-21. Decatur Central leads in the fourth quarter.
That's also a very good Decatur Central team, too, as well, that Whiteland's playing tonight.
That's McDonald handing off.
I think I saw a flag go down.
Perhaps a holding, it is. So, short yardage gain by Montgomery will come back. And we'll replay the down. I think he signaled replay first down, I think meaning second perhaps.
Should be second down, yeah.
And there we get the signal for second down. So ball is on the 19-yard line.
Clock continuing to run here for Scecina.
McDonald with the fake. He rolls out. And that completion is going to go for exactly 17. And they'll pick up the first down. This time it's Tristan Brown on the receiving end. A nice pickup. And a good play there for Scecina.
Great job there, finding the receiver and a first down. As we take a look at it right here. Great job by McDonald. Sees his receiver get open, and the receiver does the rest to get the first down yardage he needs.
That's McDonald handing off to Montgomery. Moves the pile 3-4 yards. Able to pick up about 7. Big chunks of yards. On first down, the clock is moving. It's all looking good for Scecina right now.
We're going to see Scecina be very, very patient on offense. I start to see them run this play clock down. I'll see him break the huddle here with about 20 on the play clock. But going to be in no hurry to snap this.
Oh, that's McDonald with the keeper, but it's sniffed out. This time Jackson roars. Not fooled.
Great.
He takes down McDonald in the backfield.
Yeah, great job there by Roars getting through the line right here. Basically untouched getting to McDonald. Coach Cottle has to like what he sees from his defense in the second half. They have shut out Scecina in the second half. He's got to like what he's seen on the defensive side.
They've really slowed down that run. The huge chunk plays have all been but eliminated. They've been able to get off the field here multiple times this half. This time it's Montgomery up the middle for about 8 yards. And another first down for Scecina. That'll keep the clock moving as well.
Montgomery doing what he needed to, finding the seam there over the middle and getting Scecina another set of downs.
As we hit the 7-minute mark left in this ball game. Scecina trying to put that final squeeze on Covenant. And you can feel that clock pressure now. This time it's Montgomery again. No, not Montgomery. It's actually Clifford Brown. Finds space and, of course, does what Clifford Brown does. Takes contact, falls forward for a few extra.
Scecina just grinding it out, and one of the stats that come across me with eyebrow raiser is Scecina's had Covenant's defense out on the field for almost 30 minutes now in this game.
And there goes Clifford again. He's got room up the middle. He's not going to be touched. Touchdown, Scecina. Their 4th of the night. Expands this lead.
Boy, Brown, a big opening there, and a lot of green, and untouched to the end zone there for Scecina in their first score here in the second half. Take a look at it here. Boy, you see Brown just, what a job, even the defense, and untouched into the end zone.
Nice cut there initially at the line. Covenant was bringing pressure, but unable to get a hold of Mr. Brown, and he takes it to the house. 4th PAT attempt of the night. That one had some air under it, and it is good. So, just like that, Scecina expands the lead to 27-0. 6 minutes left. We'll be right back on IndianaSRN.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Back, 4th quarter. Tonight's game is brought to you by Aspen Creek Grill. Why go anywhere else for delicious food? If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, you've got to try Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers, again, that care about service, you won't be disappointed. I tell you what, that commercial was playing during the break. That Aspen Creek was looking pretty good. Made me kind of hungry. I think I must be ready to eat after this game.
And I just got a text from our Keith Myers saying he enjoyed some grilled tenderloins from Aspen Creek tonight, and I'm wondering where ours is.
I am wondering the same thing. There will be more time for food talk after this one concludes. Covenant, do they have a final push? It's going to be tough and a tall task now, but 6 minutes left. They'll give it a go.
See what they can do offensively here. As mentioned, like what I've seen, a little bit more balance of offense here in the second half. They look like they're starting to get a little bit in rhythm here a little bit offensively. Good one brewing between Greenfield Central and Mount Vernon. Greenfield's battled back to take a 30-22 lead.
You can catch that one also on the IndianaSRN network as we have a little bit of razzle-dazzle sniffed out by the Crusaders.
I think they're debating whether they're going to call grounding on this because that was nowhere near the line of scrimmage and he was still in the pocket, and they do throw the flag.
Boy, and I thought, again, that ball to me looked like it was backwards. Either way, you're talking about a large loss of yardage. Just a matter of whether it's grounding or a fumble out of bounds. They're going to go with grounding.
Kind of saw that call coming there. It was a quarterback still in the pocket. Didn't even reach the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a big penalty here for Covenant.
I think after it's all said and done, they lose about 17 yards and the down. So either way, that football rests on the 25-yard line. And we have second down and long. This time pass incomplete. That one was intended for yard. So now, third and long. We'll see what Covenant has. And a nice play, able to get a receiver open, but not to be, as that one falls incomplete again. This time, Sam Lyons.
I think Lyons got bit by the turf monster there as he was going down to try to catch that ball. Threw off his timing there. And now fourth down, you know, it's 27-0. They're going to punt this, but I'm wondering, just roll the dice and see what you got, but they are going to punt this football away.
Takes me back to something Covenant's coach said at the beginning of the year. He thought they'd have opportunities on offense. It would just be a matter of whether their young quarterbacks could take advantage of those opportunities, and I think we've seen that tonight, even on that last play. It was like there was some space there. Perhaps if you hit them in stride, you might get a big gain, but just a little bit off. Nothing to be ashamed of at all, but definitely as they matriculate through the season, you'd expect them to improve in some of those areas and start to find more and more success. But tonight it just hasn't materialized into points. That time the punt did not go far, and Scecina will take over deep in Covenant territory.
Looking ahead for Covenant, they have 3 consecutive games on the road after this. They travel to Lutheran next week before heading to Triton Central and wrapping up the 3 at Beech Grove. So tough 3-game stretch coming up.
Yeah, we thought Lutheran would be really tough, but I believe Triton Central was ahead of Lutheran, so that's your next 2 games. Your Covenant. And that run goes up the middle for Montgomery. We'll take this time to remind you about Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. You can volunteer today, 317-686-6239. That's Wheeler Mission. And that's Montgomery again. This time absorbing contact, falling forward for a couple yards.
Montgomery getting out of that tackle, picking up a couple extra yards there. I've got now officially Montgomery 83 yards on the night.
Really putting together a nice evening. Just what the doctor ordered again after they came out of the gate, playing 2 tough opponents to open their year.
And Scecina has road game at Beech Grove next week before hosting back-to-back games against Speedway and Lutheran, who we were just talking about.
And we've got whistles. Okay, false start. Thought perhaps we had a timeout, but we did not.
Back it up to a 3rd and 8 now for Scecina.
I've always wondered this in high school football. You get the false start, yet the clock continues to run. Could you false start your way to victory if you had a lead late in a game? Now, obviously, that's not going to be the game plan for Scecina, up 27-0, but it's a thought I've always had. I just thought I'd throw it out there. It's something that's always intrigued me about the clock rules in high school football as we get a rush to the right side again, Montgomery.
Yeah, there are a couple of those rules in high school. One came up last week in the game, Brownsburg Cathedral game, where an onside kick was recovered and ran back, but they ruled that you couldn't advance it. It was just dead at the spot.
So 4th and 3. They'll give it to Montgomery. He's close.
I think he got it.
And he did get it. So that'll move the chains at least one more time.
Scecina should be able to run out this last 3 minutes, I believe.
And we'll take one opportunity to talk about Clean Slate. You can find your future in the cloud. Clean Slate is a technology consulting firm specializing in custom-built, modern applications and products that deliver greater agility, faster speed to innovation, and the resiliency to handle whatever the future throws your way. Call Clean Slate today at 866-885-3249. 2:30 left in this one. Scecina running that clock out. That's Montgomery. He makes a cut. He finds space. He'll get one more touchdown, I believe his first of the night. And that pushes the Scecina lead to 33-0 with 2:22 remaining.
Great job there for Montgomery, seeing the open field ahead of him, and 6 more for Scecina. You're going to take a look at it here. You see Montgomery get it, dodges the tacklers, and go untouched after that for the exclamation point tonight for Scecina. And that puts Montgomery over the 100-yard mark tonight as well.
Really nice game for him this evening, capped off by that touchdown run. PAT number 5 is good. So nice night for the kicker as well. He goes 4 for 5. Covenant will get one more opportunity to put some points on the board. And we'll take a break. You're watching Football Friday Night, IndianaSRN.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
We're back, 2 minutes and change left in this one. It's all Scecina with that 34-point lead over Covenant Christian. This kickoff, I think, was lateraled. We'll say it was. That's Dowdell. We've called his name quite a bit tonight. Oddly, I feel like that ball might have been pitched forward. I don't think we're going to go too deep into the analytics of that play, but Again, something you don't see every day, but an interesting way to kick off what perhaps will be the final drive for Covenant tonight. Another score update. Decatur Central now leads Whiteland 36-21. Getting further along into that fourth quarter, so it looks like Decatur will ultimately take that one. And that's a pass that is dropped. Oh, Dowdell could see daylight and just got too excited. Had that ball slip out of his hands. A nice pass from Stewart.
I think that was your classic case, trying to run before he had complete control of the ball there. Saw some open field in front of him. Just didn't corral the ball in. I'm going to look at it here. A great pass here, and Dowdell just couldn't quite bring it in right there.
Second down now from the 35-yard line. Oh, a little shovel. I think he was behind the line. Nice play. Blake Stewart improvising. Felt the pressure and got that pass off just in time.
Great job there by Stewart, seeing his defender right there and finishing it off with the shovel pass there. Take a look at it right here. You see Stewart finding his man here.
Just right behind that line. Really nice play.
Great play.
And Stewart again. This time finding his receiver. That's Yard. Picking up enough for the first down.
His third catch for Yard in this game. Take a look at it right here as you see Stewart looking and seeing a wide open Yard right there. 20-plus yard completion.
And this time Stewart, not to be Sam Lyons, couldn't quite pull that one in. And again, just a little bit off. You got to believe Blake Stewart will just keep developing as the season goes. Once he starts hitting those receivers, look out. This team could get dangerous. They've been right there on a lot of these opportunities tonight.
Got our first final from one of our SRN games. Burbuff 56-28 over Lafayette Harrison tonight.
Burbuff might be a team to be reckoned with, especially with the offensive firepower they're putting out on a week-to-week basis. Again, just a little bit outside off the fingertips. Carson Mongo, the intended receiver. We're down to 1 minute and 12 seconds in this contest. And that's a nice completion. Stewart finding his intended receiver. This time, it's Zeb Cox. Called Zeb Cox's name a lot 2 weeks ago as he was running the QB position. This time it was QB to former QB, or possibly...
Yeah, line up at the wide receiver position tonight.
Co-QB. I didn't know exactly how to phrase it, but either way they connected. And a nice chunk of yards gained.
You see the play here. Stewart with time and finding his receiver Cox right there. Covenant inside the 30-yard line. Be a nice little momentum boost for them if they can put a touchdown on the board here before the end of this game.
Yeah, and the scoreboard really will tell one story, but the actual story is one of maybe a closer football game than what 34-0 tells us. For a majority of this game, it seemed like Covenant has really stuck with Scecina. Scecina perhaps a little bit more well-oiled machine on the ground game. But Covenant started to build some momentum from time to time, just couldn't quite get anything going on offense enough to get back in this ball game. But you like to think if they started this game fresh now, it might be a different story. Either way, they're getting something going here late.
I like how Coach Cottle is developing his younger guys. You got a lot of freshmen playing for Covenant. He's really developed them here as these 3 weeks have gone on.
It'll be a force to be reckoned with down the line, no doubt. Well, there's a quarterback slide.
I think they're wanting a flag there for a late hit, but I don't think you're going to get that.
They're not going to get one. I think the slide came just a bit late. Nothing the defense could really do to avoid it. And Stewart doing a little orchestrating there behind the line. He was telling his receiver to go, and then he said, "Nah, I'll go."
Yeah, Stewart saw he had the opening there in front of him, saw none of his receivers could get free there, and Stewart decided to take it himself. I believe gets enough for a first down here. You had a yard short, looks like.
So we do have 3rd and 1. That ball is placed on the 17-yard line. Covenant threatening here in the late stages of this one. Pressure. Stewart orchestrating again. And it's Cox. Makes the catch. Clock stops briefly. And they'll try to get another playoff.
Back-to-back receptions here for Cox and Covenant. And we're going to flag here.
False start on Covenant, so they'll back up 5 yards.
Looks like I got a little bit too excited there and jumped the count there. Covenant's going to take a timeout here. I don't have a rule book handy, but I don't know if this is one of those, because in college, inside of 2 minutes with the clock running, that's a 10-second runoff. I don't have a rule book handy to see if that's the case at the high school level or not.
I also do not know how the clock situation plays out in this scenario. But I know this, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back for the conclusion here on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
We're back. This first down play incomplete. Stewart looking for Cox. 7 ticks come off the clock. as Covenant desperately tries to punch one in. Stewart will roll out to his right. He finds somebody. It's Cox again. But that'll do it. Our clocks hit triple zeros. This one ends tonight with Scecina getting the 34-0 victory. John, what did we see this evening? Why was Scecina able to get the job done?
Scecina just found a way, just grinded it out on the ground to the tune of, I've got unofficially 190 yards rushing tonight for Scecina. Just find a way to get it done on the ground. And for Scecina, congratulations to Coach Dan Harris getting his first head coaching win here at Scecina tonight.
Yeah, just a reminder, tonight's game brought to us by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Passion to care. Boilermaker Local 374. Wheeler Mission. Burtner Electric. The Morales Group. Northwestern Mutual. Indiana Laborers District Council. And IndianaSRN Sports Page. It's been a great evening. It's been a fun one. A lot tighter than the score would indicate, but again, Scecina takes this one 34-0. On behalf of our entire crew, we want to thank you for being with us this evening. For John Lester, I'm Zach Irvin. Thank you for joining us for high school football here on IndianaSRN.